Hi again, Nikki here with Yoga Meets Therapy and with Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness. We're going to do a little more of a gentler class today. As always, most of my stuff goes through some sort of vinyasa background that pretty much just means moving with breath. And I feel like we're going to have a little more yoga therapy essence kind of interwoven into and in through this class. So here we go. Find your way into any sort of posture, whether you want to be in a child's pose or sitting. And just take some time to let yourself arrive onto your mat. Start to notice what's going on in your body with your breath. Notice the texture of your breath. Notice if it's shallow or if it's deep. Notice if there are any sensations on the skin or in the body that you're noticing right now. Maybe your hair is tickling your back, or you're noticing what is engaging to let yourself be in the posture that you're in. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. Take another. One more. And start to make any movement through the body. Maybe you just start to move the spine, or you change postures to bring movement. Maybe it's just the wrists or the ankles. But just find a place to move. Find a way to move. So I might look a little different than you, and that's totally fine, because well, the intention with the yoga therapy is to not really look like the person next to you, but to listen into your body. So take a moment to listen in, just creating movement. No particular order, just keep letting the movement grow. Get a little bit bigger, explore some sensations just a little bit more. And then find your way into a downward facing dog as you're ready. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, drop your knees or lower. Inhale to a backward bend. Take a couple breaths. This can be low or high, really depends on what you need in your body. And exhale back to a downward dog or a child's pose. Inhale back to a plank. And exhale, drop the knees or lower. Inhale to a backward bend. And exhale, downward dog or child's pose. And step the feet to the hands. Take a nice forward fold. Don't take any movement here. Maybe start to sway back and forth, or just let the head and the neck kind of bob. Put a nice bend in your knees and roll up through the spine. Let the head, the neck come up last. Take your time. When you come up to a stand, close your eyes. Stand nice and tall. And heel toe the feet apart so that they're a little bit wider than the hips. We're going to start to swing back and forth, kind of creating a twist. Let the arms just kind of swing around. Make this as big and as rigorous or as gentle and small as you need it to be. Again, we're listening into our body here today. Wherever you are, start to bring your breath into it. You can start to make those exhales through the mouth. And maybe take a little bit more of a forceful exhale, making it more of a ha breath. Start to slow it down, maybe letting go of the breath first. And finding your way to a little more stillness. With the eyes closed or taking a soft gaze. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And let it fall out. And just notice where you are right now. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's thought, feeling, emotion, sensation, just notice it. Let it be there, just acknowledge it. I'm going to reach the hands up and take a nice big inhale. You can walk the feet in a little bit more if you'd like. On an exhale, let the hands drop to the sides. Try that again. Inhale, deep. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let the arms fall. One more time. We're going to take that inhale and break it into 3 parts. So it's going to be a 3-part inhale. Inhale the arms straight out. Inhale out to the side. Inhale all the way up, and exhale, arms to the side. Ready? See if you can bring that ha breath into it a little bit, and maybe on your exhale, you take that exhale and you throw the arms back behind you in a forward fold. time wherever you are. Find your way to stand. The arms fall on either side of the body. And just notice where you are now. Notice body. Notice breath. What relationship do you have with your body right now? Inhale, reach the arms overhead. As you exhale, bring the left hand down and reach that right arm up and over just a little bit. Just until you can find just the very first part of your sensation. So if you automatically went really deep, come back out and start again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, drop that left hand and just barely reach over to that other side. Notice that really subtle sensation. And start to reach a little bit further, deepening any sensation. And keep going until you find that place of really deep sensation, a place that's just like, I don't know if I want to stay here for very long. And then slightly come up. So you can find a place between that deep sensation and that really subtle one. You can use that bottom hand as support or just let it hang. This is going to be our edge. You'll hear me talk about finding your edge. And essentially that edge is between that too much and too little place. It's a place that you can breathe into. Inhale, reach all the way back up. Left hand comes up to meet the right. Exhale the right hand down. And just gently reach over, up and over. Finding that first place of sensation. That first edge. And then keep reaching even more until you find either that place that's going to be just right for you, your edge, or maybe you go all the way to the end of your edge and then back off. So notice how you find your own edge. And just breathe. Notice what happens with your breath. Notice the sensations in your body. Inhale, back up. Right hand comes up to meet the left. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, arms fall down. And just notice. Deep breath in. Let it fall out. Deep breath in. Let it fall out. Bring the feet, find a place where you feel nice and stable. Feet can come together or stay apart, and start to bend the knees. Reach the hips back like you're going to sit in a chair. And reach the arms up. And if arms up doesn't work, you can always bring the hands to the knees or the hips or anywhere else that feels right. And breathe. Notice as things start to engage, as your muscles start to warm up. Notice what happens to your breath. Notice what happens to your thoughts. What are you telling yourself right now? Just notice it. Take a deep breath in. Let it fall out. Let the arms drop. Straighten the legs. Forward fold. Deep breath in. Let it fall out. Find a way to root the hands into the floor and walk the feet back a little bit. Just finding your way into a posture where both hands and feet are on the floor. Start to take any movement here. Make your movement bigger so that you find an edge. Let's step 1 foot forward. Find a way to make the legs nice and stable. And just breathe. And find your way into edge here. So explore your edges. Maybe your exploration today is in a little more of the strength edge, and you find a posture where the legs start to get tired. Maybe you want to work a little bit more into finding different sensation, different edges, different stretches here. Just take some time and explore sensations on the side. The posture can shift and change and move as you do that. And there's no right and no wrong here. Just your sensation, your breath, your body. And find your way between 2 different sensations on this side. Just going back and forth between the 2. And notice that transition. Notice what's between them. Bring the hands back down to the floor. And find your way to the other side. Stepping the other foot forward. Finding some stable legs or stable feet. And take your time to explore this side. Finding all the edges. Just let the posture grow and shift and change to what feels most appropriate for you right now. Find your way between sensations, making the postures bigger or smaller. And this side might be totally different than the other side, and that is okay. Just notice. Notice each movement. Notice each breath. Find your way between two different sensations, going back and forth between them. Just finding one, then finding the other. And notice that transition. Really look at it. How do you come into and out of each edge? And then root the hands back into the floor. And bring that front foot to meet the back. Maybe you just come to hands and knees or downward dog. And just find a little sensation here. A little movement. We're going to find our way all the way to the belly, lying flat on the belly. Let the head rest on either cheek, or you can make a pillow with your hands at your forehead. Reach the arms overhead so the palms face down. Bring the forehead to the floor. Bring the heels together and the knees together. And then lift the head, lift the neck. And then start to lift the chest a little bit. So the hands start to slide back until you find your way into a backward bend. And the hands and the arms can help root you. You can come back as far as you need to. Use the forearms. Do anything that supports you in this backward bend. So maybe you're really close to the ground. Maybe you're really high up. And just breathe. Breathe into that sensation, into the edge. Not wanting to cause pain, but knowing that it's okay to be in discomfort. Oftentimes, difficult things that we experience help us learn and grow a little bit more. Take a deep breath. Let it fall out. Take another deep breath. Let it fall out. And release to the floor. And just notice where you are now, in body, in breath. Take a deep breath in and let it fall out. Take one more. Now reach the arms down alongside the body, palms face down. Bring the forehead or the chin to the floor. Start to lift the head, the neck, and then slowly roll the shoulder blades back together as you lift the heart. Finding your backward bend here. Feel free to let this get as big or as little as you need it to be. And take some time exploring your backward bend. Holding here, maybe releasing a little bit. And finding your way back in, finding that edge. What is your edge right now? What are you most aware of? And even let this shift into a different posture if you want to explore a little bit more of a different edge. Just keeping in mind that still exploring the backward bend. Taking a couple more breaths. And releasing. Deep breath in. Let it fall out. Take another. Where are you now? Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, palms pressing down. Come onto hands and knees, and then bring the hips back for a child's pose. Knees can be together or apart. Can be really wide, creating a really deep sensation, or maybe not. And take a deep breath, letting it fall out. And what are you noticing right now? Slowly find your way back out of the posture, bringing the knees back together. And flipping over to a seat. You can just roll over or, sorry, I meant to your back. Find your way all the way to your back. From your back, hug the knees into the chest. And then let the knees fall to one side and let the upper body open to the other, coming into a twist. Use any pillows or books or anything that you might have around if you need to prop up a knee or a shoulder. Notice where you might need some support and be creative on the things that you can find in your home to take it. Deep breath in, let it fall out. Find your way to the other side. Just twisting in the other direction. Deep breath in. And let it fall out. Slowly roll all the way to that side so that you're no longer twisted. Take a pillow or something for the head if you need it. And just breathe. And just be. And take a deep breath and let it fall out. Take another. Slowly start to engage different parts of your body. And pushing your way back up to a seat. Take any support that you might want or need, anything that you want to sit on. Even if you want to grab a sweater. Or wrap yourself in a blanket. Bring the eyes back to a close. Or take that soft gaze to the floor. And take a deep breath. Let it go. And then just notice the breath. What does it feel like to breathe in and breathe out? Notice the sensations of the breath in the belly. In and out. Notice the sensations in the chest as you breathe in and breathe out. The front of the chest, the back of the chest. Notice any sensations in the throat. Breathing in, breathing out. Notice how the breath feels entering the nose, filling the sinuses. Notice all the sensations, breathing in and breathing out. Notice them all together. Take a deep breath in. Let it fall out. Take a moment to reflect on your practice and notice if anything stood out for you, if anything kind of grabs your attention. And just be aware of that. Notice if there's a way that it shows up in your day. Take a deep breath. Let it fall out. Bring the hands to the body somehow, letting them make contact. Wherever they land, take a moment to really notice that connection, body to body. Take a nice deep breath into that connection and ask your body if it has any advice for you today. Maybe it has advice in guiding how you want to be for the rest of your day, or has advice on what stood out to you in your practice. And take a moment in a little bit of gratitude for your body supporting you today, for it sharing anything that it might have shared with you. Thank yourself for creating space and time to practice, and for listening into your body. Take one more deep breath, letting it fall out. Namaste. Thank you. And if you went through class and you noticed that there were some things that you'd like to shift and change for next time, maybe using a chair or having more props around, or doing a different kind of posture that would support your body better, then I encourage you to play with that, and so that you can really learn what it's like to be in your body in a way that is safe and supportive. So thank you for joining me today. Namaste.